All my top producers. I'm out here on the golf course today, and I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about leveraging your time by using email and text templates within your CRM. In my previous videos, I showed you how to generate Facebook ads that are bringing in 100 plus leads every month and how to link your CRM to where they're feeding directly into that. Today we'll be diving into how to build those templates within the LionDesk CRM. So let's check that out. Greetings, my top producers. Well, I want to jump into the next video topic here. So to date, what we have done is we built a Facebook ad that is generating over 100 plus leads per month for us. And we have connected our LionDesk CRM to that Facebook account so that when those customers go in, they enter their name, their email address, and their phone number, it is automatically updating to our database, and we know to reach out to those folks, right? So the next step here is to set up email and text templates as a means to leverage your time. So let's jump right into that here, and I'm going to show you how to do that within LionDesk today. So the rationale here is we don't want to spend our time writing individual emails and texts to folks that we have never spoken to. There's definitely a time and place for those personal messages with a prospect that we are actively communicating with and they're actively communicating with us, right? But when it's a cold lead that we have no contact with at all, I don't want you spending your time on each one of those 100 folks writing personal messages. First of all, you don't really have a personal basis to connect with them to build a relationship yet. That is what we're working towards by creating this funnel, beginning with Facebook and the capture of their data. We're going to provide value, add value, give them what they asked for by clicking on the ad, and then we're going to systematically follow up with them. And I'm going to show you exactly how we set that up here. So let's jump over to LionDesk. From the previous video or from your experience with LionDesk, this should now look familiar. This is your dashboard. But what we're going to do is scroll over here and go to the Marketing tab. So if you haven't used this before, then this is going to be blank for you, but take a look at mine here, and underneath this red tab we've got folders, and I've got various folders here. Take a look at this top one, the Facebook buyer campaign. You can see that we've got 15 email templates within that, 6 text templates, 0 phone scripts. Reason why is I don't do the phone scripts here. I have a script that I follow when I get these folks on the phone, but I don't need it to populate in the program, right? I just shoot from the hip, and I go with the internal script, and I find by doing that it the conversation feels less robotic and it feels more organic. But anyways, yeah, I've got one for first-time homebuyers here. I've got one geared towards listing I had in Aurora. I've got a buyer email drip that has no text and just my emails. I've got one that I'm building out right now for circle prospecting, one for Colorado Springs Facebook leads, right? So all these various folders that have those templates within them. So what you would do is, without having any existing folders, you're going to have to create this stuff, right? But let's keep going over here to the green tab, and this is all templates. So this just gives you the existing templates that you have in here. Let's just take a look at one real quick here. Here, this is a really good one that I'll share with you guys. This is in my Facebook buyer campaign. This is email number 14 that I send out at day 160. I just named it that description. Now that's not the subject line that they see. That's just an internal tag that I use to stay organized. Um, Subject, checking in. Body of the email, first name. The brackets around this here, they're indicating that this is actually a field that it pulls from, again, from when it feeds into Facebook. So it replaces this with their actual first name from Facebook. Just a helpful tip here. When you get a new lead in there, periodically go in and check those. Sometimes folks don't have their actual first and last name as their Facebook name. It's going to pull their Facebook name in. So if they have something funny or cute in there, then this is going to look really weird if you're calling them by that within your templates. So just do a quick once over and just see. Sometimes it would be it might say something like Johnny Quest, for example, would be the Facebook name. A play off of that cartoon from back in the day, if you remember Saturday morning cartoons. But you look at the email address and it says, John Smith at yahoo.com. So you know that, more than likely that's the person's name, not their actual Facebook name. So as a best practice, I recommend to just take a quick look at those every so often and see if you need to make an adjustment there to their name, right? So anyways, first name, so it would replace it in that instance with John. I have helped several folks get into homes since you and I first spoke. We should meet for coffee soon and see what I can do to help get you there. What does your schedule look like for the next few days? So this is an automatic email that when I activate the autopilot drip campaign, that's going to be a separate tutorial training that I'm going to create for you. But when I activate it for this lead, then it's going to know day 160. It's going to kick that out to them, right? And the only time that it's not going to is when that lead actually responds and I start jumping in and organically speaking to them, setting up their MLS search, setting up showings for them, helping them get pre-qualified, that sort of thing. So this is something that I can turn off when the lead responds, and I actually set up my autopilot campaigns to where it automatically shuts it down when they respond. They can also opt out of these emails. So there's a lot of different ways that you can stop, or prevent spamming people out and possibly getting your domain blacklisted, right? So anyways, how you set this up are these blue buttons up here. You have add folder. So you'd go in here and you'd create new lead folder, or new lead folder by Facebook buyers. Just because again, I don't recommend a one-track approach to your lead gen either. Facebook is one of the biggest for me, but you see I'm working on a folder for circle prospecting. So I practice what I preach. I'm doing different types of lead gen, not just Facebook, for myself, for my business, and that's what I recommend for you for yours as well. So just to keep the naming conventions very organized, I would come up with some sort of system like this, or even just call it Facebook buyer leads. Or if you work in a couple of different markets like I do, I have an Aurora one, a Colorado Springs one, whatever is going to help keep you organized. You can even write yourself a short description of what the folder is. You don't have to do that. But bam, that's how easy it is to create that here. You can see the new folder down here, zeros across the board, because there's no templates in there. You can click on the templates button next to it to show you what templates are in that folder. And you've got actions here. You can edit the name. You can share it with a team member. So if you're building a team or a member of a team, you can set up these folders for your entire team, set up these templates for your team, or just clear it out, right? So we're just going to keep working off of this Facebook buyer's lead folder we just created here, and come on up and let's create a text template. We're going to call this Facebook buyer lead text 1. And check this out. This is the text message window right here. So this is what they're going to see when that text goes out. Hi there. And let's go insert custom LionDesk content. You have custom field codes that you have to set up here, but the LionDesk codes are typically what you're going to use. Contact first name right here. Bam. So it pops it in there with those brackets. That's how you know that it's pointing to that field. Thank you for requesting more information about, you know, the first-time homebuyer program. If that's what you're marketing towards, or if you set up an ad like I do towards a listing, let's say, you know, 4-bedroom home for sale in Colorado Springs. And this is already getting a little too lengthy here, so I might even just say about the home. I just emailed you the brochure. Are you thinking of making a move in the next year or so? Question mark. It's conversational. A lot of times they'll kind of start spilling the beans there as to what their plans are or what their intent was clicking on your ad. You might get a lot of pushback from a lot of the leads because they're truly not ready, and all of a sudden they're getting texts and emails from a real estate agent, and so they might put their guards up right away. That's fairly common. But you know, I just put it out there so to help kind of bring those guards down. You know, I'm not asking them to commit to you know, signing a exclusive right to buy a listing contract today. I'm just, hey, are you thinking about buying in the next year or so? Very low pressure. That's just my style. But that's the beauty of this thing. You own this process. So this is how you do it. You come in here and you create this. So I'm going to put thanks, Joseph. If you're building it out for a team, in fact, just go up here to your custom content. So you don't have to do this for everyone on the team. You go your full name. So the agent first name and last name populates there. And maybe put your brokerage next. Smart Realty. You know, your phone. There's the agent phone. Bam. Your email. Make sure you're not putting the contact phone and email there. You want it to say agent phone and agent email for your signature for the email here. You can take this one step further. You can add a video, personal videos. I'm going to show you how to do this on a completely different training here, but I just use the LionDesk app and I record these videos just to really give them a feeling to start connecting with me on a personal level, where it's just a quick, I think it's 15 seconds it gives you. So it's a real quick just introduction to you and to your message, but very powerful stuff. So that's a possibility as well. You can plug one of those in there. I'm going to jump out of that and then last thing is, you know, pick the folder. It might default to the wrong folder if you have multiple. So we're going to go down to the one that we just created, Facebook Buyer's Lead. Save text. And you'll see now when we scroll down, Facebook buyers lead. If I go to templates, it now has that text message in there, right? So this is where you go and how you go about creating the content that you're going to be automatically sending out to folks. In my next video, you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to go into these autopilot drip campaigns, and what we're going to do is actually build out the timing and which messages go at what time, all starting from the point when you activate the campaign. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that we can really work on leveraging your time with these email and text templates, and so that you won't miss that next video on the autopilot campaigns. Thank you guys so much for checking this out, and I'll check in with you on the next video.